Welcome to Yeshua Kids Garden.
To look for credible educational content, tutorial, and career advice. It can help them to understand what social media can do to help Nigeria teenagers, how they can use it for different purposes, for education, for entrepreneurship, and things that can help them. And I think parents too should be involved in the social media use of their teenagers, like of their children. They should have parental monitoring, and to also have screen time limits, and to create a space where teenagers can tell them about their online experiences without fear of judgment. So that's all I have to say.
Of course, thank you very much. But I'm not going to be. Typically, I shouldn't interject at this point, but Rosaline, and the same statement goes to you, Victoria. It's an argument. No, I don't agree with this. Yes, I have a better point. Feel free to enter at any time. So, of course, would you have any oppositions, any elaborations as to what she says? Do you disagree? Do you have a greater light on the subject? Feel free. Normally, I'm not supposed to interject at this point, so feel free. All right, go ahead. The floor is yours, Rosaline, if you have an opposition or an elaboration.
Okay, I won't call it an opposition per se, but it's sort of an opposition. She first highlighted what the youths, the teens could do. They could go to social media outlets and platforms, and they would do it with discipline, and they would do it with knowledge of, okay, try to learn the right and the wrong, the fake from the facts. But I'm trying to tell you that not all teens know this. Like, not all teens have that education. So I think schools should have a role, a bigger role here. They need to enlighten the students, the teens, about the fake news. There should be courses, there should be subjects that teach children how to differentiate fake from facts. And then the government, so there should be a ban on certain apps.
Hello and welcome to Yeshua Kids Garden, and this is YKG Contest, and today we're here with two new contestants on the program, and we would just as usual allow our contestants to kindly introduce themselves before we get into the program proper. So please, I would like to start with the Miss on my right, Miss Victoria. Can you kindly introduce yourself, please, to the audience? Miss Victoria, can you hear me?
My name is Anoro. Yes, I can hear you. My name is Anoro Victoria. I am 16 years old. I am in 100 level. I love debating, and it's a joy to be in this debate.
All right, thank you very much. I think we have a slight issue with your network. Hopefully that doesn't disturb us through the debates. Okay, all right. So, Miss Rosaline on my left, please can you kindly introduce yourself? Thank you.
Okay, my name is Rosaline. I am a 100 level student, 17 years, and I am passionate about articulating my views on the issues that matter to me.
All right, thank you very much, and I would like to thank you both for your trust. Thank you for being here. So, just before we get into the topic itself, I would just want to remind you about some of the important rules. The most important is when you are not speaking, just in case of any disruptions, do kindly to mute your mic, okay? And of course, we want to talk about the victory rule. We like to think what you basically what entitles you to the cash prize, and of course to be declared the victor. So obviously you have to be the person with the most votes, and of course votes are being done in the comment section down below once the video is being posted. You must attain 20 votes minimum, and you must be the highest, okay? And voting, I repeat, is done in the comment section with your names respectively. Okay, so thank you so much for being here. If there's any other thing I would like to specify, I will do that in the course of the debate. All right, so today we're going to be debating on the topic is social media empowering or distracting Nigerian teenagers. Okay, so that's the topic for today, and I hope you have been able to see the previous debates. And so I'm just going to allow you start with your opening statement. So you have 4 minutes each for your opening statement. And for this portion of the debate, I would allow you to decide if you would like to go first or not. If anyone is unwilling, then I would have to interfere. All right, so the floor is yours. Who would like to go first? No one? Okay, we typically have this standoff. Okay, so I would like to start with Miss Rosalind. Remember, I think you had received the rules prior to the debate. You must make sure never to exceed the allotted time for each section. So for this opening, we'll say position or the statement of your position, you have 4 minutes, and you have to do kindly ensure not to go beyond the time. If you do, you will have a -1 for each time you do so. All right. So please, can you commence with your opening statement, Ms. Rosalind? Your time starts now.
Okay, I strongly support the motion that states that social media empowers Nigerian youth. And I stand on this motion because I feel that social media has provided a forum for Nigerian youths to showcase their talents, their potential, to put themselves out there, to articulate their views. And mostly, it just provides them a lot of opportunities. It creates a lot of opportunities for young people. They do not have to go to the stress of starting up a business physically. They can just do it online. And I feel like social media gives them the opportunity of studying within a wider range of, they have more ways to study, and they have more opportunities to study. And it makes learning a lot easier because you can just go to the Internet Archive and you can download a lot of books which are not readily available in the library. But you have e-library, you have networks that you can use to talk to people, communicate, and you have various forums which you can use to express yourself, such as this one. Like, it's a forum for us to put our talents out there. And I believe this is all possible because of social media. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. I did fail to mention that in this debate there are no right or wrongs. Okay, so the whole focus is to get your points out there, drive it home, and we see who makes the best argument and drives home the best point. Okay, so thank you so much for respecting the time, Miss Rosalind. So the next question, of course, the same question, sorry, goes over to you, Miss Victoria. Would you like me to take the debate title again, or that's okay? Miss Victoria, can you hear me?
Okay.
All right, so it's
It's
okay.
okay. Distinguished moderator, honorable audience, I'm here to propose the motion that says social media is empowering, not distracting Nigeria teenagers. Because through the power of social media, Nigeria teenagers have been able to network with people across the globe to receive ideas, share ideas, and also know about issues globally. It also helps to bring programs which can teach Nigeria teenagers core values and which can help them to impact the world. So with the advent of social media, I think it has helped Nigeria teenagers impact the world and to showcase their talents, which is very good. And that's all.
All right, thank you very much. If you don't have any more to say on that, or you're good, just let me know. Would you like to say more, or that's all right? Because you have a whole 2 minutes and 50 something seconds. Is that good?
Yeah, it's good.
All right, that's good to go. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you both for respecting the time limit. So we're going to transition into the next segment of the program. I would say the next section of the debate, which is the moderator questions. Okay, so my first question on this note, and of course we're going to be reducing the time to 2 minutes. Okay. The first question on this section is: what are the most significant ways social media has influenced the lives of Nigerian youths? Okay, and for this, I would like for Miss Victoria to respond to this question. You have 2 minutes.
I think social media has helped Nigeria youth to find their voice and to express their opinions about politics and social justice. It has helped them to create awareness about things they care about, and which we can see through the NSAS protest in 2020, where platforms like Instagram and Facebook were instrumental in mobilizing young Nigerians to demand for good governance and fundamental human rights. So I think social media is a platform that helps young people to express themselves and issues that they suffer or issues that they care about in the country, and which can make them inform about national issues and global issues. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much once again. Thank you for respecting the limits. Miss Rosaline, would you like me to take the question again, or it's okay with you?
It's okay.
All right, so your time starts
In
now.
my opinion, the most significant way social media has impacted the lives of Nigerian teenagers is in in the vast opportunities it gives them. They have a lot of opportunities to grow and enhance their skills. And like influencers, I have this influencer. We have her. She's very popular in Nigeria. Her name is Emanuela, and she started content creating at 5, and she was able to get to where she is today because of the opportunity provided to her by social media. So social media offers teens and youths a wide range of opportunities that they need to go far in life, and age is never a restriction because they can start putting out their talents out there at any age. They do not really have to stand on the street and hawk their products. They can just try online marketing and they can get value for what they do.
All right, so would that be all?
Yes.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you also for respecting the limit. All right, so both of you have spoke a lot of positives that it comes to when it comes to social media. So maybe I might just have to tweak question 2 a little bit. So the next question I have for you is: in what areas of life have Nigerian teenagers experienced the clearest impact or negative form of social media use? Okay, so since you mentioned a lot of positives, I would like to once more so focus on the negative on this note. So I know you've spoken about the good sides. Let's look at the negatives now. So first, this question goes to you, Miss Rosaline. You'll be responding first. So you have 2 minutes.
Okay, thank you very much. I feel like social media exposes youth to a lot of cyberbullying, a lot of hate, a lot of deranged perspectives from people online. They are exposed to this at very early ages and they are not really able to cope with it. It leads to low self-confidence, it leads to low self-esteem. And you see some of them having mental health problems or trauma because of the kind of audience that they put their content out to. It gives them this kind of insecurity, and most times they don't know what to do. It exposes them to a lot of things that they are not supposed to be exposed to at very early ages. And I feel like that is one of the disadvantages of social media. And also, it distracts them from their academics. partially, because most children, there's a saying that goes, if you want to hide anything from an African man, put it in a book. Teens don't read books anymore because, yeah, they can read online books, but they don't read as much as they are supposed to because they are too busy making skits. They are too busy, putting their content out there. So that is the disadvantage of social media in my perspective.
All right. Are you done?
Yes, thank
Okay,
you.
perfect. Thank you very much. Next, I will be moving over to you, Miss Victoria, with the same question. Would you like me to repeat the question again, or you're all right? You're muted, Miss Victoria.
Okay, so I think social media brings a lot of distraction to Nigeria teenagers because they don't focus on their academic anymore and they spend time scrolling on TikTok, watching content and practicing content. We also see that it brings fraud because many Nigerian teenagers now indulge in Yahoo just to make money and to post the good life in social media. We see that it brings social comparison because teenagers now they want to post themselves enjoying life and having a good life, neglecting the fact of their academic and focusing on important and offline activities, which include hobbies like sports and arts. Instead, they spend time scrolling and doing unnecessary activities online. And we also see it expose teenagers to illicit content such like pornography. And many teenagers are open to watch violence sex videos which affect the mental health issues of a child and can cause depression, anxiety, and food disorder just to feel good and feel among. Thank you.
Hey, look, these days, where economy just they fail. Come with Sapa way, no fit explain. You get brand where they sell, we go pay. We go pay, go pay, go hey, pay. Look, info, Leon Finfo, follow me, go, may we get money. Make you call your amigos, free membership, sign up quick, and no they carry body. If you buy, if you sell for this website, no commission, no cost for this website. But cool sellers, we go give you good price. And if you know like I'm go the next guy. Hey, no middleman, we go try take your money, they do your thing on a solo. If you find anything, if you sharply buy for any location, where you there, so my manana, distress sales. My manana, distress sales. Distress sales.net. Distress sales.net. Distress sales.net. Distress sales.net.
Everybody just they dance, they smile for here, man. Like say things they share for this website. Maybe go check out this website, man.
All right, thank you very much. Now moving over to the next question. I know, so I think either you or Rosaline, or the both of you have touched upon the reference to academics. I think it was you, Rosaline. But I would like for you to go into the details with the next question. So if there's any angle or any aspect that hasn't been mentioned, just to give you an edge to win this debate, of course, I would like for you to elaborate a little bit with this next question. So next question is, how does social media affect teenagers, or teenagers precisely, academic performance or learning in Nigeria? Okay, so I'll take that question again. How does social media affect teenagers' academic performance and learning in Nigeria? So for this question, I would like for you, Ms. Victoria, to commence. You have 2 minutes.
Okay, through social media, Nigerian teenagers can connect with mentors, apply for scholarship, participate in global educational programs, and even collaborate on school projects. I know you may say that social media has a negative impact on teenagers' academic performance and learning in Nigeria. But I also recognize that social media can also be a source for educational content, tutorials, and discussion on a wide range of subjects. Because let's take WhatsApp for example. WhatsApp is a social media platform that have helped Nigeria teenagers to share lectures notes and even organize academic activity among themselves. And beyond formal education, I see that social media enables Nigeria teenagers to learn practical skills. They can learn coding, web designing, graphic designing through following creators and engaging in communities that focuses on those areas, which will help the academic performance of students.
All right, thank you very much,
Bye.
Miss Victoria. Thank you. So, Miss Rosaline, same question goes to you. Would you like that I repeat the question, Miss Rosaline?
Yes, please.
All right, so I'm going to repeat the question. So, how does social media affect teenagers' academic performance and learning in Nigeria? So, you have 2 minutes to respond.
Okay, in my perspective, social media has a positive impact on teenagers' learning and academic performance. I will use the example of disabled or special needs teens or children. They don't need to go through the stress of having a classroom education that is filled with bullying and a lot of distractions. They can sit down at the comfort of their homes, whether they have schizophrenia, whether they are crippled, whether they can't see, or they can receive online learning, and it is a lot easier because it follows a step-by-step process and the activities are tailored to their special needs. We also have online courses for people in universities. People can sit at the comfort of their homes and study a course online without having to suffer the stress of having a 4-year course or a 4-year program that people don't usually finish. Learning is easier when you do it online. It is easier, it is more effective, and it is more flexible as you can do it from anywhere you are, wherever you are, no matter who you are. I feel like social media has given us a lot of learning opportunities and we have more access to knowledge, like from apps like Google, Wikipedia, from websites like the Internet Archive that gives us access to lots of books. We can learn a lot and it has impacted our academic performance positively. Thank you.
All right, thank you once again. So for this next question, the way it is framed, I do not want you to respond to one or the other. You have to respond to the two. Okay, so it's an or in the statement. So try to respond to the two opposing ends. Okay, so the next question is, what role does social media play in building or harming social relationships for Nigerian teenagers? Of course, so I need you to respond stating both the positive and the negative in this regard. So for this question, I would start with you, Miss Rosaline. You have 2 minutes.
Okay, the role that social media plays in harming or enhancing social relationships. Social media, when it enhances, like how it enhances, teens are exposed to social networks like YouTube, WhatsApp, Instagram. They can chat with friends, they can build interpersonal relationships, and they can gain experiences from their interaction with people from wherever they are. It is also easier for them to develop skills and develop interpersonal skills. Then how it harms their relationship with their peers. We have cyberbullying. Cyberbullying is done on social media and it breeds a lot of hate. It breeds a lot of lack of self-confidence, and it can destroy some relationships between peers. And this is all because of social media. In as much as social media can help to enhance relationships through outlets and apps that allow youth and teens to connect with each other, it can also breed harmful relationships. It can breed hate and it can breed discontent.
Okay, so would that be all?
Yes, thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you very much, Miss Rosaline. So, of course, the same question goes to you, Miss Victoria. Would you like me to take it again, or you're okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
All right. So your time starts now.
Social media helps in building social um, connection and maintain relationship because we can stay in touch with our friends and family even when physically apart, which can help us feel connected with the ones we love. We can also connect with new people and who share similar interests, hobby or challenges regardless of location, geographical location, and um, we it can help us reduce a sense of isolation or loneliness, but it can also have social harm. Nigerian teenagers neglect the their offline activities such as hobbies and acts. They don't know how to balance their online life with their offline life or activities, and they don't really need to meet people in face to face. They don't know the benefits of meeting or knowing people face to face, and they share private information with people who they have not even seen face to face, which can make them vulnerable for misinformation and disinformation. Thank you.
All right. So would that be all? All right. I presume. All right. So thank you very much, Miss Victoria. Okay. There's a slight delay in your end. Okay. So next question is: are Nigerian teenagers using social media more for personal growth or for distraction, and how can this be balanced? Okay, so I will take the question again. Are Nigerian teenagers using social media more for personal growth or for distraction, and how can this be balanced? All right, so this next question goes to you, Miss Victoria. So you will be responding first. So your time starts now.
Why distraction is an issue? Um, Many Nigerian teenagers do use social media in ways that support their personal growth. Because when we look at education, we see that many teenagers use platforms like YouTube to learn how to code, graphic designing, how to even cook, and to hairstyling and different kind of skills they can get from social media, and also entrepreneurship. They tend not to reach wider audiences and even to engage with customers directly, which can help them. And in different aspects, if social media have helped Nigerian teenagers, but how this can be balanced, I think the first step should be for teenagers to be intentional about their social media use. They should ask themselves, am I gaining something from this app or am I just scrolling? And this conscious approach can help them to remove mindless and unproductive use of social media. And also, they should have time for social media use, and this can be done with the help of apps that track screen limit. And I think digital literacy too. Parents and schools to play a vital role in teaching teenagers digital literacy. They should tell them the addictive nature of social media and how they can use social media for their learning and personal growth instead of a source of distraction.
All right, so I presume you were done. Thank you very much, Miss Victoria. So I'm going to stop your timer. So the same question obviously goes to you, Miss Rosaline. Would you like that I take it again?
Yes.
All right, so I'll take the question again. So the question is: are Nigerian teenagers using social media more for personal growth or for distraction? And how can this be balanced? So your time starts now.
Okay, Nigerian teenagers use social media for personal growth in the sense that they use social media for their businesses, to start their businesses. They use social media to grow their businesses at a very early age, and there is no limitation depending on their age. They can start a business at any age and they can grow that business. But how it helps them, how it limits them, or the disadvantage here is that they don't really pay attention to their academic activities. And because they do not pay attention to their academic activities, there is like this, should I leave social media? Should I pay attention to my books? And definitely your books are more important. So I feel like teenagers should learn to prioritize their time. Yes, growing a business or growing a content creation or being a YouTube or an Instagram influencer is a good thing, yes. But they need to learn how to prioritize their goals, and they need to learn how to balance, and they need to learn about time management. Social media is good, but when two things are involved and the other one is more important, they need to learn how to forsake social media. So they need to learn when to let go. They need to learn how to say, yes, I have other priorities aside from what social media benefits me with. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much once again, Miss Rosaline. We're going to be moving over to the next question. And the question is, what are the main risks and opportunities for Nigerian teenagers who are active on social media platforms? Okay, so the question again, what are the main risks and opportunities for Nigerian teenagers who are active on social media platforms? So for this question, I will be starting with you, Miss Rosaline. You have 2 minutes.
Okay. The main risks: teenagers and youths are exposed to a lot of fraud online. They're exposed to advanced fraud, also known as 419. They can maybe start a forex or some kind of trade online, and then they get scammed, or they can start a business, maybe affiliate marketing, and their money gets, swindled. It is a big risk for teens online. And also there is a lot of fake news on the web, and a lot of people are victims of this fake news. Sometimes teens don't know the difference between fake news and facts, and they go about spreading this news. It becomes rumor, and it begins to damage some aspects of the society. And then the advantage is that, like I said before, it gives them access to a lot of opportunities. And these opportunities may not always be the ones in Nigeria, they may be the ones abroad. Students can get scholarships from online essays. Students can get scholarships from online debate platforms such as this one. They can get opportunities to study abroad. They can get opportunities to become great people, all from social media. So those are the risks and the benefits.
All right, thank you, Miss Rosaline. So I'm going to stop your timer. And of course, the same question goes over to you, Miss Victoria. Would you like that I repeat the question? You're muted, Miss Victoria. Should I repeat the question?
Where economy just they fail. Come with Sapa way no fit explain. You get brand where they sell we go pay. We go pay, go pay, go pay. Hey, look, info, Leon Finfo. Follow me, go, may we get money. Make you call your amigos. Free membership, sign up quick and no they carry body. If you buy, if you sell for this website, no commission, no cost for this website. One cool sellers, we go give you good price. And if you know like I'm go the next guy. Hey, no middleman, we go try take your money to do your thing on a solo. If you find anything, if you sharply buy for any location where you there, so my manana distress sales, my manana distress sales.net, distress sales.net, distress sales.net, distress sales.net.
Everybody just they dance, they smile for here, man. Like say things they share for this website. Maybe go check out this website, man.
Yes, you can repeat the question.
Okay, so the question is, what are the main risks and opportunities for Nigerian teenagers who are active on social media platforms. Okay, so your time starts now.
For the opportunities, I think teenagers have different aspects of identity, and social media offers a space for teenagers um, to experiment those aspects of their identity. They can display their artistic, athletic, and musical talents to a wider audience and gain recognition and building their confidence. For instance, we look at young influencers like Emanuela and Success. They utilize their talent to build a significant following, and this demonstrates how creativity can lead to success. And also, we see online courses online in social medias. Students don't need to go through the stress of going to school anymore. They can get education from online courses, online platforms where they can even get master's degree and certain educational certificates. Then when we look at the risks, we see that students are open to misinformation, and which can affect the mental health of Nigeria teenagers, and also fraud, and they are easily able to be scammed through some wrong social media platforms, and it can also make them to be addictive, which are the risks. So that's all.
All right, thank you very much, Miss Victoria. So we have come to the end of this section of the debate. We will be transitioning to another section. And for this section, I'm going to allow you 5 minutes to yourselves. So we're going to transition into an argument style debate. Okay, you're going to be given more time, and I'm going to allow whomever to start first. And of course, in this section, you feel free to interject one another at any time you deem fit. And of course, there is no right or wrong position. I like to repeat that. So try to advance your point as you would do in a typical argument. So feel free to interject. While the speaker is speaking, you have a better idea, or you have an opposing idea, or you want to elaborate more that would bring greater detail to the subject, feel free. So just to give you a hint, as I do with the other debate participants, I would like for you to try to study for the next 5 minutes the remainder of the questions. That is from question 7 all the way to the very last. And I'm going to select the questions at random and would throw that out, and you guys would have to debate on that in an argument style fashion. Okay, so you have 5 minutes. I would ask you to disconnect and reconnect in 5 minutes, and we're going to take a break for our advertisers and of course our sponsor as well. All right, thank you so much, and we'll see you again in 5 minutes. Okay, see you soon.
You make sure that the money given to that person is closely monitored.
The issue of corruption is deeply enmeshed or entrenched into the activities of our legislators. There's no doubt about this.
What you can, what your capacity can bring to the system. We're talking about development here. If you have all it takes.
So the ages between 13 and 40 seems to be the reasonable ages when people still think about, oh, you know what, I can jump and, still make something out of life.
They're not particularly responsible for those children. So it has made a lot of men, a lot of women also. Because you see that prostitution has increased. You see that, runs girls, they call it, And when I'm buying the dog for security purpose, I didn't buy the dog to come and, bite my family or attack my family. That is where training comes in. That is where you need to socialize your dog with your family.
Because no matter how the farmers are complaining about the conflict, if there are no farmers anymore enthusiastic enough to put their investment in the land.
Join us as we take the first step to true change by discussing the important issues plaguing the nation. We are giving well-meaning Nigerians a voice through our platform, rich or poor. And of course, while you're at it, don't forget to subscribe. Hi there, my name is Yasharala, and of course, I'll be your host for this new event titled YKG Debates. And of course, this program is brought to you by YKG Contest, and we would certainly not be here without our sponsor, DistressSales.net. As the name implies, be sure to visit your website, and of course, on that platform, you can buy or sell distress sale items. Let's get back to the debate. All right, now, for the debates, the emerging winners have been ranked according to placement. So we have first, second, and third. If you come in third place, you'll be entitled to a cash prize of 35,000 naira. And of course, in second place, you'll be entitled to a cash prize of 50,000 naira. And in first place, the grandest total of all, the biggest whooping sum of all is 100,000 naira in cash prize, okay? So if you feel you have the weights for it and you feel you're passionate about debates, be sure to swipe through for more details.
Today we want to talk about to you teenagers them and small pikins them. Make you take know your fundamental rights as Nigerian. Rights of freedom of expression. You see say I will get right to express. But as for here we dey teach wisdom. We dey teach wisdom. No be say you don't go because you get right to express. You get right but you too you go express wisely. You know time and place. Just added advice but you get right to express. And right to press, journalism, in case you don't know what it be press, journalism. You get right to journalism. So basically you see something where they happen. If you give account, even if you be amateur. You know, that's what they call them. Even if person never they record properly, as far as you don't get proper training. But if you capture some things, report on them. That one day, right to press. Rights to expression and the press. So the press get right. So as waiting they take cover. Suppose cover at least give a camera people take no waiting they shell. That one day. So rights to peaceful assembly and association. So you want gather. As far as they peaceful, they okay. You know they cause nobody say they gather evil men. Look, peaceful association, let me say it cause chaos. It they affect other people peace. As far as your gathering, they peaceful. You do alright. So a peaceful association, peaceful assembly, gathering for peace, and in a peaceful manner, make you no go they affect other people, rest of mind and peace and tranquility. So make we continue now. So rights to freedom of movement, right to freedom of movement. But in this freedom of movement, I want to add something. You get why? Freedom of movement don't mean say you go they affect the peace of others. And you get why they talk with those of you now way smart, you go know. So right to freedom of movement as Nigerian, you get the right to move up and down for the federation. Make you know they obstruct another person movement or cause commotion or chaos to person where they move himself. So and also those where they move, you where they move, you don't get right, they disturb other people. And why they talk say right, we talk rights to peaceful assembly, association. You not make your own movement no affect other people. So everything must be peaceful. So right to freedom from discrimination. As we did together, we get different mixture, different tribes, different culture, different things. Different culture in terms of the tribe where person come from. So we go need make sure we dey peaceful, but at the same time make we no discriminate, make we know because of one thing. No give person fair hearing, no give person access because of where he come from or maybe we waiting he believe in. You understand? So we go need give fair hearing according to the law. According to the law.
Hello, welcome back, and we're here for the final part of the debates. And of course, we'll be moving over to the debates, argument style section of the debates. And of course, as I explained to you, feel free to interject. You're going to be given more time for you to make your argument. And of course, that would allow for interjections and elaboration. So the total timing that will be issued on this note, you would have a total of 15 minutes. And of course, like I try to insist, do not allow one opponent or your opponent precisely to have the monopoly of the time. If not, that would be expended and we would have to move on to the next question. So for this section, you have a total of 15 minutes for the two of you to actually go back and forth. Do not be afraid to interject. I imagine you from time to time have arguments. It's the same principle. Okay, so we're going to start now. And the first question from the remainder of the moderator questions, which will be selected as random, as I told you, is what forms of digital literacy or guidance could help Nigerian teenagers get the most benefit and least harm from social media? Okay, so this is open. You have 15 minutes. Anyone can comment first. The time starts.
Okay, so let me start. Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud.
Okay. The digital forms of digital literacy that can help Nigeria. Media literacy. I think teaching teenagers how to evaluate online content. They need to be able to identify fake information, manipulated images and videos, and danger of misinformation. This will help them to understand, to be able to respond to cyberbullying, and if they're having issues, to be able to tell their parents and loved ones about what they are experiencing online. And information literacy. I feel that this skill will help Nigeria teenagers to learn about how to use information for social media for education and personal development, instead of them to just be scrolling or using social media mainly for entertainment. They can use this social media to help them to look for credible educational content, tutorial, and career advice. It can help them to understand what social media can do to help Nigeria teenagers, how they can use it for different purposes, for education, for entrepreneurship, and things that can help them. And I think parents too should be involved in the social media use of their teenagers, like of their children. They should have parental monitoring, and to also have screen time limits, and to create a space where teenagers can tell them about their online experiences without fear of judgment. So that's all I have to say.
Of course, thank you very much. But I'm not going to be. Typically, I shouldn't interject at this point. But Rosaline, and the same statement goes to you, Victoria. It's an argument. No, I don't agree with this. Yes, I have a better point. Feel free to enter at any time. So, of course, would you have any oppositions, any elaborations as to what she says? Do you disagree? Do you have a greater light on the subject? Feel free. Normally, I'm not supposed to interject at this point, so feel free. All right, go ahead. The floor is yours, Rosaline, if you have an opposition or an elaboration.
Hey, look, these days, where economy just they fail. Come with Sapa way, no fit explain. You get brand where they sell, we go pay. We go pay, go pay, go hey, pay. Look, info, Leon Finfo, follow me, go, may we get money. Make you call your amigos, free membership, sign up quick, and no they carry body. If you buy, if you sell for this website, no commission, no cost for this website. But cool sellers, we go give you good price. And if you know like I'm go the next guy. Hey, no middleman, we go try take your money to do your thing on a solo. If you find anything, if you sharply buy for any location, where you there, so my manana, distress sales. My manana, distress sales. Distress sales.net. Distress sales.net. Distress sales.net. Distress sales.net.
Everybody just they dance, they smile for here, man. Like say things they share for this website. Let me go check out this website, man.
Okay, I won't call you an opposition per se, but it's sort of an opposition. She first highlighted what the youths, the things could do, they could go to social media outlets and platforms, and they would do it with discipline, and they would do it with knowledge of, okay, try to learn the right and the wrong, the fake from the facts. But I'm trying to tell you that not all things know this. Like, not all things have that education. So I think schools should have a role, a bigger role here. They need to enlighten the students, the teens about the fake news. There should be courses, there should be subjects that teach children how to differentiate fake from facts. And then the government too, there should be a ban on certain apps that display certain graphic, or there should just be a ban. There should be a restriction. There should be a government regulation controlling all these apps, because not all teenagers can tell wrong from right. And if you leave them to do it on their own, they might make a lot of mistakes. If you leave them to learn from experiences, they might make a lot of mistakes. And yes, like you said, parents should be involved. They should model good social media behavior. They should teach this to their children at a very early stage. So wherever they go, they will not be disillusioned with the content on social media, and they would know what to do when they are encountered with any problems. Thank you.
All right, so Ms. Victoria, we have a whole 10 minutes for this question. Do you have any statements to counter, to add, whatever you may have on this subject? It's up to you. But if you feel you're done with the questions, you have no other additions, let me know, then I will transition to the next question. So, Ms. Victoria, do you have anything to say in response? You're muted, Ms. Victoria, sorry.
I'm done with the question.
Okay, so thank you very much. I'm gonna end the timer. So we're gonna move on to the next question. So the question is, what should parents, schools, or the government, which you talked about, do, if anything, to help Nigerian teenagers navigate social media wisely? So any of you can comment, and of course, this is an avenue for you to continue your discussion along the same path. So feel free. The floor is yours. You have 15 minutes, and the time starts now.
Okay, to add to what I said earlier, I said government have a very big role to play when it comes to social media and social media safety. For educational apps, they should put certain restrictions, like we have pop-ups sometimes that come up and distract children. Yes, and then children go to these pop-ups, they click on it, and then they are distracted. And before you know, the original assignment they were taking there does not actually get fulfilled. There should be a ban on certain apps, and then there should be restrictions on certain apps. And then for parents, like I said, they should model good social media use. Children should be taught how to use social media responsibly from a very early age. They should know how to manage time when using social media, and they should know what apps to go to and what apps to not go to when using social media. Then the schools too, they can make up a program that rewards students for responsible social media use. They can track a student's social media activities, and then reward them for sticking to the educational side of the app or of whatever they are going to do. Schools should help regulate and inculcate into the students the mindset of using social media responsibly. It is a collective role between the parents, the students, and the teenager or the social media user himself or herself.
All right, so Miss Victoria, thank you, Miss Rosaline. Of course, like I would say, do you have anything to say in response to what she says? Because I saw you nodding a moment ago. Are you in agreement? Do you have any elaborations? Remember, you have to do the most you can to score the most points or to get the most votes. I would say in this sense. Okay, so no pressure, but of course, let me know what you want.
Nigerian teenagers to navigate social media wisely, a collaborative effort is needed to be from the parents, the school, and the government, I think these three pillars should foster an environment where teenagers can learn responsible social media use and the online experience without fear of judgment. The parents, just as she has said, the parents should lead by example. They should model good social media use. They should also establish social media guidelines, including screen time limits. And I feel they should have this relationship with their teenagers where teenagers can share their online experiences, and if they are suffering from issues like cyberbullying, they should be able to share with their parents and people they want. Then why schools, I think the schools should integrate social media policy which addresses issues like cyberbullying and academic honesty. They should also enforce good and clear social media policies in school, where no usage of phone to be when there is lecture or they are teaching. And when we go to the government, I feel the government to enact and enforce good policies through National Information Technology Agency. We see that they can create policies that can help that can help young teenagers socially, and they can also help them to they can work with social media companies to see if the platforms that that teenagers are using are safe, and if they can content moderation and reporting apps are working. You should check those places. So all this I'm true.
Okay, all right. So, Miss Roselane, any other further response to that, or are you done with your statement? Would you have any? We have 10 minutes on the same question. Do you have any more to say, or it's okay?
No, I don't have any more to say.
Okay, all right. So I will stop the timer and we would move on to the next question. Okay, so the next question is, how can teenagers themselves take responsibility for managing social media's influence in their lives? Okay, so I would allow you to be the judge of that. So you have 15 minutes. Anyone can comment as before. Your time starts now. No one? I would have to select. Okay. Anyone wants to go first, or no? Would you like me to take the question again?
Please repeat the question.
Okay. All right, so how can teenagers themselves take responsibility for managing social media influence in their lives? Okay?
Okay, teens can learn to cultivate self-discipline when using social media, because discipline starts from self before it moves to institutions like the parents and the government and the schools. So if they can learn the difference between what is good and what will harm them and what will benefit them and what will be of danger to them, they can apply that same principle when using social media. And because of this, they can use social media responsibly. They can use social media in ways that will not harm them, or in ways that will not be detrimental to their academic performance, in ways that will not misinform them, and in ways that will not lead them astray. Cultivating self-discipline is the first step. Then acting on this self-discipline is the next step. When teenagers see pornographic content online, it is their decision whether not to say, okay, this is something I want. This is something that will be of harm to me. This is something that will lead me astray. So Teenagers themselves can learn to cultivate the act of self-discipline, and this can help them in their relation with social media. Thank you.
All right. So as I said, Miss Victoria, sorry, do you have any counters, additions? What would you like to say in response to what she has said, and also, of course, in response to the question?
I just want to add, I think teenagers should be skeptical about content they consume. They should know how they feel if this content is adding to their personal development or if it's making them feel bad. And I think if any content that is affecting their mental health challenges, I feel they can remove from that content, or they can like block the content from popping up on their social media platform. Then I think they should also make efforts to balance their offline activities and their online life. They should value connection in person, and they should also value their hobbies such like sports and arts and other things and other offline activities that can help them. They should also have this screen time limits, this scheduling, where they can they have apps for screen limits instead of just scrolling and scrolling. They can have time for screen limits and time for other offline activities. So that's all I'll just say.
Okay, so we have 11 minutes and some seconds. Miss Roselane, do you have any response to that? And of course, you can always inquire into to have more detail if you don't have any clarity from either of you. So from your opponent, you can ask, okay, you need more clarity on that. Of course, that's the whole essence of this section as well. So, Miss Roselane, do you have any additions, any oppositions, any clarifications that you require? The floor is yours.
Okay, yes, I have a little opposition. As a teenager, I will confess that there are times when I do not know when to stop scrolling. There are times when I do not know when to drop the phone. You talked about screen limits and screen timing. How about the teenagers that do not necessarily know how to manage that time? They do not necessarily know the difference between what they are supposed to do and what they are not supposed to do. They do not really have that orientation. So how can they manage screen time with that kind of mindset?
So that's a question for you, Miss Victoria. Okay, I don't know if you can. Okay, go ahead.
This is where parents and school come into. I feel like when teenagers cannot be able to manage their social media usage, parents here have a vital role when they to help to social media guidelines for their teenagers. They should monitor the way they are using their social media. So, and also schools to educate. That's why we say schools should integrate social media policies. And if schools can integrate social media policies into curriculum, I think this would be a very important way teenagers will be able to learn about how to use their social media well.
Does that respond adequately to...
That's all I have to say.
Okay. So, Miss Roselane, does that respond adequately to your inquiry, or it hasn't done a good job in responding? That's up to you to decide.
Yes, her response has done justice to the question.
Okay. So if this was I would say a one-on-one session, I would have interrogated further, but I don't have the right to do so. Okay. So thank you so much. Let's move on to, let's say, the final question of the day. So let me just quickly stop the timer. In what ways could the use of social media help or hinder mental and emotional well-being among Nigerian teenagers? Okay, so I'll take the question again. In what ways could the use of social media help or hinder mental and emotional well-being among Nigerian teenagers? Okay, all right, so that's the question, and you have 15 minutes. And of course, anyone can comment first.
Social media can be a valuable tool for finding about mental health resources. It it can help raise awareness about mental health issues, reduce stigma, and even promote conversation about mental health illness through online support groups, counseling services, and educational content. These online support groups can give invaluable emotional support. They can also bring a sense of belonging and be a safe place to share your feelings and receive advice. Nigerian teenagers can also follow motivational content and role model which emphasize on mental health issues and also how to build a healthy habit and living. So that's what I can say for the how mental health can enhance mental how social media can influence mental health positively. And if we look at hindering, I feel like social media can make Nigerian teenagers to be addicted instead of them to have time for offline activities. They spend time pressing their phone and engaging in things which are not necessary, and also mental health issue like depression, because teenagers want this validation through likes and comments. They don't get to see their real creativity from them and accept who they are and for what they are. So they get this validation from comments and like, which can affect them and even bring societal attention. Then when we look at the screen time, how teenagers can spend more time online and neglect offline activities. And I think those are the things I can say that can hinder mental health.
Okay, Miss Rosaline, I see you probably have a question. So would you please go ahead?
I don't really have a question. I don't have a question.
Okay, no question? Okay.
No
I guess
question.
wrong then. All right, so any response? Obviously you have to try the most you can to get points. Would you want to leave this your part as a response to this question unanswered, or do you have any response or objections to what she said?
I do not really have an objection to what she said, because what I was about to say is actually in line with what she just said.
Okay. Is it exactly what she says? I'm
No.
not trying to choose it on the sides. I'm just trying to see if you can put your point forward to give you an edge, of course.
In my own perspective, social media has done a lot to help teens' mental health, because they can go to mental health platforms online. If they are addicted to drugs, or if they're trying to struggle with withdrawal syndrome or anything, there are call free lines. There are toll free lines they can just reach out to. If they do not want to talk to a therapist in person, they can just reach out to that person via social media, talk about their problems anonymously, without it getting out there, without it getting known, without it being used to preach a sermon in the church. They can get their problems and they can get the solutions to their problems. They can share their mental health issues. And that is how it helps to promote their mental health. Then how it helps to hinder it. I feel like I said earlier, social media exposes teens to a lot of hate online. It exposes them to a lot of trauma. When you post a video and you go to the comment section, you see a lot of views, see a lot of perspectives. When you post a video that says, I feel bad, or I feel like I want to die, and there are comments that says, should I give you a rope, or should I hasten the process? It makes teens mentally unstable. Like, it reduces their self-confidence. It makes them not even want to put themselves out there. And then there is this standard of beauty that social media has brought forward. Like, you are meant to look like this. You're meant to act like this. You're meant to behave like this. You're meant to be like this. This is how a regular 16-year-old should be. This is how a regular 14-year-old should be. And then you see the teenager or the youth begin to have self-esteem issues. So because of this, it puts a strain on their mental health. And this is the disadvantage of social media to mental health.
All right, thank you very much. I would ask the same question again, Miss Victoria. Any response to that or no?
No, no, I'm okay with that.
All right, thank you very much. I personally must confess, being the host on this program and also starting this teenage, I would say, this teenage journey is actually quite humbling for myself because I feel, from my experience, teenagers need to be heard, and sometimes we feel that. Sometimes we feel that we know it all, and the little experiences I've had just with the few debate sessions, I think because management is also discussing having these discussions with other generations alongside teenagers, and that's something we am actually excited about. And it's just, this is evidence to the level of intelligence. I wouldn't be the judge. I'll let the people judge, but I would say you both have spoken excellently. Thank you so much for the trust, and thank you so much for the confidence, because you don't just see someone random and you trust them, and I think that's very we thank you for that, and obviously we thank you for your presence on this program today. And of course, I want to just remind you, for the winning aspect, you have to have at least 20 votes with your name in the comment section, and for you to get the cash prize. And of course, you have to be the majority to be declared the victor. And of course, like I would always say on the program, which I tend to make that as a reminder, we have a ranking system, and we're actually working behind the scenes to attach different perks, and I would say salaries in quotes attached to each rank. So we're trying to decide what rank we're going to attribute that salary attribution for a year. And of course, you'll have a bragging right, and we're working on badges as well. We're trying to sensitize I would say teenagers towards the good direction. And of course, we also have a cash prize, I would say a mega cash prize, which we're still considering on the maximum we would like to give. But at this moment, we've fixed the mega cash prize at 500,000 naira for people or teenagers who attain the Tribe of Judah rank. So I wish you luck, and of course, that is to say that you can recontest if you want in the pursuit of that rank. And of course, if you had a good time today, feel free to let your friends, families know, and let's grow the community together, I would say. So thank you once again. This video will be posted. Once it's posted, you will be allowed for 3 days to take in votes, and on the third day at about, I would say, 6 p.m. We would announce the victor. And of course, if the criteria are met for the cash prize, then we will pay out the cash prize the same day. So with that said, thank you very much. Now, you are teenagers, and I can help to ask, do you have any advice you have for the public? Any recommendations? It's an interesting subject we had today. I'm sure you must have some counsel based on what was discussed today, or you can just say hello to the audience. So just a final note from you two. So 2 minutes max, okay?
Okay, I would like to advise my fellow youth and my fellow teenagers to use social media wisely in ways that will benefit you positively, and to also not allow the strain or the gossip or the buzz of social media to affect your self-esteem, because you know who you are and you know what you're capable of doing. Don't let certain beauty standards or certain lifestyle standards make you feel inferior to another person just because you see it on social media. Use it wisely, use it to your benefit. Put your talent out there, be heard, and let yourself be authentically heard. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
All right, thank you very much, Rosaline. Ms. Victoria, do you have something to say? Please.
I'll just say social media is a tool, and it in part depend on how Nigerian teenagers use it. So just as how Rosaline has said, we should use social media to display and showcase our talents. And also, I'll emphasize on parents and school and governments, they should please check social media if platforms and ensure that it is safe for teenagers to use freely. That's all.
All right, so I had one more thing to say, but it has escaped me, and I'm beating myself up. But anyways, if I forget, I would be sure to communicate that in the sourcing group you are a part of. All right, so thank you once again, and of course, Feel free to check our YouTube page. Subscribe, of course. We haven't said that since we started. That's very strange. But of course, feel free if you haven't subscribed yet. Of course, share and like. Let your friends know. You have friends, families. Bring them in. Let's grow the community together. And so, thank you so much. Have a lovely day. And of course, I'll keep you posted in the group. Okay? Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Goodbye.
All right. Take care.